Hey there, Anthony McAvaney here from Get Online Lab. This is my printer just deciding it would now print inconveniently. Hey, look, I'm absolutely pumped to be with you today. I hope that's not a long print. I'm really pumped to be with you today. This is my very first Get Moving on Mondays, and helping people who tune in here to move from being stuck to unstuck. And I'm talking particularly to business owners, online business owners, who really are suffering from those symptoms. And I can feel very qualified to speak on this topic. And, you know, when you're faced with a problem or an issue in your business, and it's a bit like the deer or the rabbit staring into the headlights. You know the situation's urgent, you know you need to be acting promptly and quickly, but for some reason you just feel powerless, you feel confused, maybe angry, frustrated, perhaps even panicking that you need to be doing something, but what's the right way to go? What's the right decision? And often, you know, what makes worse is, you know, like with this feeling inside you that you know that you need to take action, but you just keep procrastinating, and so the pressure builds, the pressure builds, and the pressure builds. And then all of a sudden, for some reason, whatever it is, you know, when push really comes to shove, you decide to take some action. And the relief, just the sense of relief and the sense of feeling that you get your power back because you've taken some action, is just amazing. If that's ever happened to you, just let me know that has, that you understand that particular experience. Couple of things I want to do before I get too far into this. I'd actually just want to share this screen. So if you're tuning in to Moving Day on Monday, let's get you beyond stuck this week. Put in the comments there where you're calling in from, where you are with your online business, whether it's already established and up and running, and maybe you're looking to scale, maybe you're just getting started. And also, if you have that feeling of being stuck, not being sure which way to go, turn left, turn right, go backwards, go forwards, let us know. Put in comments what's actually holding you back right now, because this is going to be a regular series of broadcasts where genuinely I'm committed to helping people on a Monday do something productive that moves their business forward by the end of the week. That's really what this whole concept is about. There's power in action, and failing to take action means that you're not progressing and your business is not progressing. And just another important thing right at the outset of this meeting, it is being recorded, just for your information. If you're not cool with that, well, that's okay. You can perhaps tune into a recording should I make it available at some point. So look, that's the story. I'm dedicating my Mondays, every Monday at 11 a.m. Adelaide Central Standard Time, which is GMT plus 9 hours 30. So wherever you're tuning in from around the world, that's how you're going to get a hold of me. And if you keep coming back to the Get Online Lab, my Facebook page, Get Online Lab, that's where you're going to find me on Mondays. So I'm committed to helping you get rid of that awful feeling of being stuck in your business. And we'll be doing this in micro steps. This won't be a huge broadcast today or on any Monday. But the idea is that we'll pick something about doing business online and focusing in on something practical that you can do in relation to that element of your business, with the emphasis on taking some action. And midweek, I'll be asking people to check in and let us know how they're going with that, or if they're still stuck. Because if people are stuck, there are reasons for that, a whole heap of reasons. It could be fear. It could be the fact that you don't feel that you're techy enough. Whole heap of reasons, which we can go into at another time. So what I want to begin today's session really is, let's just talk a little bit about I'll just stop that share. Let's talk a little bit about what being a coach or a consultant actually means, what it is. Now, we're actually in the business of changing lives. You know, we're solution providers, and as a result of the solutions that we provide, people's lives are changed for the better. People's businesses are changed for the better as a result of that. Now, the fact that you're in business and treating this as a business means, you genuinely get pleasure in helping people. I think that's what draws people to the whole field of coaching. But because it's a business, this is your livelihood, and you need to make it pay. So what I want to talk to you a little bit about today, looking at your business from the client's perspective, but also just perhaps illustrating a typical online business model and whereabouts within that model, we as the consultant or the coach can actually begin to practically change people's lives for the better, to provide a solution to their problem, and or the stage in our business where we begin to change our own lives. Because you'll see in the diagram that I'm going to draw in a moment in a rather inelegant fashion, is that there are parts of our business which are not changing our lives for the better. We can spend a lot of time spinning our wheels in parts of the business which really are not fulfilling one of our primary needs, which is to actually run a profitable and a sustainable business. So when we think about it, I'll just maybe see if I can do this on, do it on a whiteboard. Let me share that. So when our clients come to us, they're at point A, and they want to get to point B. So point A is where they begin looking for us. They've got a problem, there's a situation they're facing, and they've sourced us out in whatever way as somebody who could potentially provide a solution to their problem. So what people want to do when they're engaging in our services is to move from their current stage of discomfort here to a point where B, there's a solution to their particular problem. It could well be that in you providing that service, there might be a whole series of steps and stairs involved in that we get the client to take. And again, the same principles apply for our client, that their problem is not likely to be resolved. It's unlikely to be resolved unless they take some action. Our role in this process is to explain to them, to show them, to coach them in what that specific action might be. So that's why we're in business. I'll come back to this just a little bit later. Now, just to draw, I guess, a typical business model, and excuse the drawing here, but we'll do our best. Oops, up and here. So what we have here is, this is a very common online business model. This is meant to be E. We need one more up here. This is C, and this is our premium. So F is for free. E is the entry-level product, typically, that clients would buy from us. C is our core or our flagship program, and the one where we'll be putting most of our effort and attention into. And the premium, the P is for premium, where they might be paying for things like one-to-one coaching, you providing done-for-you services. So that's literally premium. Now, this is a realization that I came to a little while back, that there are parts of our business, and let me just draw one more line here. So going back to the point I made about we are in the business as coaches and consultants of providing solutions to problems and in changing lives. And I want to stress here that lives begin to change above the line. So our core product and our premium product is likely to have the full guts the entire series of steps that a client would need to take for their problem to disappear, for them to reach their ideal state. From a purely business perspective, and I'll just go back a step, this model here is how people and how I've been taught to actually run an online business. So typically you will be putting some efforts into some sort of free offer, which will enable you to, say, obtain a client's email address where you can continue to market them. And the free offer, entirely free, is something that has some value to the client, something that involves effort on your part to actually develop, but it's free and there's no income for you. The value of doing free stuff is, of course, it gets people on your list and you can continue to market to them in the hope that they go further up this model. The entry point product is, again, something with a bit more value. And look, this could be an ebook, it could be a short series of video courses, it could be a series of email lessons, and very low price, somewhere usually between $7 and $10. So it's not going to send your client broke. But the thing is, from a business perspective, the entry-level product at $7 to $10, you're going to need an awful lot of people opting into that particular product to actually begin to earn some sort of sustainable income for your business. Now, what I've been guilty of in my business, and perhaps what you've been guilty of too, is that we spend a lot of time here on the free and the entry-level products in the hope, first of all, that people will join our email list, and in the hope that we move them through this value chain funnel. So you may be familiar with this, where we've got cool, warm, and hot customers. People, where we initially help them to get to like us through the quality of our free offer, through the quality of our early entry offer, where we actually provide credentials that we know what we're talking about. So that's the beginning of the like. They're still cold. They wouldn't necessarily be putting in their credit card and forking out, $500, $600, $1,000 for your core product, and maybe anywhere up to 10, 15, or 20,000 for your premium offering. People who don't know or like or trust you are just simply not going to do that. But this is the traditional sales funnel. And it takes a long time, even to get from someone to go from free to actually becoming a paying customer. I think sometimes the opt-in rates that I've seen quoted, that out of every 100 people on your email list, 3 out of that 100 are likely to take up the early entry offer. So you can spend a lot of time and money perhaps on traffic and doing all sorts of promotional activities for not much change. When we understand though, so what is it that our clients are actually looking for? Well, they want to move from point A to point B. At point A, they're in a position where it's painful. They're perhaps feeling, if you're feeling stuck right now, exactly the same sorts of things that you're feeling. They have an urgent problem and they want an urgent need, an urgent solution to the problem. And with the free and the early entry offers, we're only providing partial solutions. So I want to ask you the question, if you were the client, are you looking and would you be satisfied with a partial solution, or would you be looking to work with a coach or consultant that can provide you with an end-to-end solution, a total solution? Well, I know what I'd prefer. When I have a problem, I want a solution and I want the quickest way to actually solving the problem. And that's where your core offer is actually going to come in. And the significant thing about this is that the quicker you can get people from this part of your funnel to actually engaging with your flagship offer, the sooner that your business is actually going to go into profitability. So the questions here remain for today is that right now in your business, where does your focus lie? Where are you putting in all of your particular efforts? And as I say, I'll confess that I've spent quite a lot of time here developing free offers, ebooks, video series, little email coaching series, in the hope that I can get people to like and then begin to trust my know and like me, so that ultimately they will pull out that credit card. And that journey from F right through to C could be something that takes months. Now, the insight that I've had in more recent times is how to actually get somebody from these early entry points to your flagship offer quickly. So that's something I just wanted to talk to you about. So if we just go back to that model of A to B, and along the way there are going to be these snippets, which are the steps that your client needs to take, and which are the steps that you're going to have to provide in your coaching. Which leads me then on to the next point. And why I'm interested in where you're in your business right now. For some of you, what I'm about to say may not necessarily be relevant, but even if you are in business and things aren't happening for you, maybe the problem lies at this point A. And the questions here are to be really clear in your own mind, what is the real problem that you're attempting to solve, that you are confident that you can help solve for your client? What urgent need right now does all of these steps, these series of steps, what urgent need does that actually fill? And what actually is the ideal state for when a person reaches their point B? What's the desired outcome? And I think really the first step in setting up and seriously beginning to scale an online business is to have absolute clarity about what is happening for your client right now. Why is it urgent? How does your problem, how does your solution actually fulfill their need to solve this problem right now? So let me clear that. So to reiterate, with our model here, the points below the line are not going to help your client to a fast solution. I'll get rid of the share here. The points below that line that I showed you aren't going to help your clients quickly resolve their problem, and at the same time, it's not going to do your business profitability and sustainability any good in the long term. So that's my message today, and it leads me into the homework that I'd like you to do. So in terms of moving your business forward, I'd like you to consider these points and to spend some serious time documenting, actually making this an exercise that you use with keyboard or pen and paper to be absolutely clear in your own mind that where are your clients right now at their point A? What's the pain they're feeling? You know, what would be the symptoms of them being stuck? And why is this problem urgent? And why do they urgently need a problem for themselves right now? I'm not asking you to go any further than that, but at the end of the week, do you think that if you took some time to develop absolute clarity about what those pain points are from the client's perspective, this is not about what you think, but really get inside the mind of your ideal client. Who is your target audience? What's the pain they're feeling? What are the symptoms? Why is it urgent for them right now? And I'll be checking in with you just very briefly midweek and asking you, if you'd care to, just to share what you believe your clients are feeling at their point A. And the idea of actually documenting this is you can then, I think you can see where this might lead in future Monday's moving day sessions, is that when you understand what their pain points are, you can begin then to tightly target what the solutions might be to their problem. So do that, I urge you. And then also, please help me help you. Let me know where you're stuck in your business right now. What's happening at your point A? What are your pain points? What are the things that are causing you frustration and procrastination, causing you to feel confused, to be unsure? What is it that's holding you back? And armed with that knowledge, I'll do my level best, basically, to be helping you out in future sessions. So I'd like to conclude the meeting there, but perhaps before we do that, I might just see if there's anything in Facebook. Let me have a look. Just one sec. And it looks as though we're good for comments today. Okay, thanks for joining me. This is Anthony McAvaney here from Get Online Lab saying, thanks for joining me on this very first day of the week. Let's make the week productive. Let's have your business and your mindset and your approach to your business looking quite different by the end of the week. In the meantime, yeah, give us some feedback in the comments, and I'll see you next time around. Have a great day, won't you? And a great week.